In this episode of the Advancing Excellence podcast, the focus is on establishing oneself as a thought leader on LinkedIn. Kimberly Kaler, president of AOE and an expert in strategic communication, emphasizes LinkedIn's evolution from an online Rolodex to a dynamic platform for business interactions and personal branding. She offers practical tips on creating engaging content, the importance of consistency, and much more. Let's begin the podcast.
Welcome to the Advancing Excellence podcast. I'm your host, Janice Kleins, marketing manager for AOE. Today, we're exploring how to establish yourself as a thought leader on LinkedIn. Joining us is Kimberly Kaler, president of AOE and an expert in strategic communication. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thanks, Janice. Happy to be sitting down to talk about this topic today.
Kimberly, you've recently shared insights on transforming LinkedIn from a mere online Rolodex into a platform for thought leadership. Could you elaborate on why LinkedIn is important for professionals aiming to share their expertise?
Definitely. So LinkedIn has evolved significantly over the years. It's no longer just a place to list your professional connections. Again, that I referred to it as that online Rolodex for so long. Today, it's a dynamic platform for business-to-business interactions and personal branding. By sharing valuable insights and engaging content, professionals can position themselves as thought leaders, enabling them to have the opportunity to influence their industry as well as expand their reach.
That's so insightful. You mentioned that less than 1% of your connections are likely to see your content through a regular organic feed. How can professionals ensure their posts are engaging and reach a broader audience?
Well, engagement is key. Nobody wants to be pumping out and sharing content only to find that, it isn't being read or isn't being found. So to enhance visibility and as well as interaction, it's key to infuse some lightness and some humor. Avoid overly formal or stiff content. It's kind of funny when I look at my first LinkedIn post from 15 years ago now, how stiff they were. It's important to be very relatable and approachable because that resonates more with audiences. Also, studies show that sharing behind the scene insights really helps create engagement. So instead of just generic updates, provide specific takeaways or lessons learned from events or projects. This adds value and encourages engagement. So for example, instead of just saying, hey, happy to be at this event, can you share some insights, some nuggets of knowledge you learned at the event? To that end, also avoid excessive jargon, use clear and simple language to make your content accessible to a wider audience, and then discuss industry reality. So share both successes as well as challenges to provide a real balanced and authentic perspective.
I couldn't agree more with these practical tips. I really like the infused lightness and humor. I think we all could use a little lightness and humor in our posts. So how important is consistency in building thought leadership on LinkedIn?
Well, consistency is crucial. Regular posting keeps you visible and top of mind within your network. However, it's not just about frequency. Maintaining quality and relevance in your content is essential to building and sustaining your audience's trust as well as their engagement.
You also emphasize the importance of clear call to actions in posts. Could you explain why this is often overlooked and how it can be effectively incorporated?
Definitely. So a call to action, which sometimes is referred to, or you may see CTA, the abbreviation for it, guides your audience on what to do next, whether it's engaging with your content, visiting a website, or participating in a discussion. So many professionals forget to include that call to action, and that's where they miss the opportunity for deeper engagement. An effective call to action is clear, concise, and directly related to the content, prompting the audience to take meaningful action.
Leveraging LinkedIn's features can also amplify one's impact. Which features do you recommend for professionals aiming to enhance their thought leadership?
Well, LinkedIn has several tools that can be highly effective and beneficial for you and your efforts. The first is the featured section. So highlight your most impactful posts or articles to showcase your expertise. Maybe play with LinkedIn articles, so publishing long form content to delve deeper into topics, share comprehensive insights. Engagement in groups. So participating in industry-specific groups to connect with like-minded professionals. That's where you have a great opportunity to share your knowledge. And then also utilizing video content. We know that video is becoming increasingly popular on LinkedIn and can create a more personal connection with your audience.
I couldn't agree more with all of these tools. Before we wrap up, could you share any final thoughts on common pitfalls to avoid when building thought leadership on LinkedIn?
Definitely. One common pitfall is focusing too much on self-promotion rather than providing value. Thought leadership is about contributing to the community, not just showcasing your achievements. So avoid being inconsistent or neglecting engagement with your audience. Respond to comments, participate in discussions. That's really key to building relationships and credibility. Another thing that I'll mention is it's really key to share ideas as well. It's something that I share with the entire team with regard to social media as well as, the blogs that we do. You don't always have to have all the answers. Part of thought leadership is oftentimes creating the conversation, the dialogue, posing the questions.
Thank you, Kimberly, for sharing your expertise on becoming a thought leader on LinkedIn. Your insights are invaluable for professionals looking to enhance their presence on the platform.
Thanks, Janice. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us today. To learn more about this topic, you can visit our website at aoeteam.com and check out our social media services page. It has a ton of information on how to start or elevate your social media strategy. Stay tuned for more expert advice on advancing your professional journey. Until next time.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.